Hey! So, welcome to Savvy Countryside. I'm just going to take a few minutes here and I wanted to kind of just flashback and kind of dive into a little bit about the book The Wake Up, and just kind of hit some points from the author, speak a couple things on really what this book is actually focusing about, and just kind of hit some punchlines. So we can kind of get a better understanding of dialing into us a little bit more and really what this book really addresses. So one thing is that have you ever thought of the fact of your life is going well, right? Friends are good, family's good, work's going great, might get even a raise, day to day, got a new car, couldn't imagine any life better, it's going great. And then, yeah, really no concerns, no worries, everything seems fun, lightful, even playful, and it's just awesome. Everything's going great. But then the downside of that is that, you know, we kind of get a reality check almost. We fall back into our fleeting, and before you know it, we're kind of leading and living that pinball life. We're bouncing back and forth, maybe hitting a target, going scoring here, not on purpose, but we happen to hit it anyway. We're like, oh, well, all right, that worked. Oh, hey, I got lucky there, or and then, but not unintentionally. You just happen to, it works. Oh, okay. And then by chance, you pop back out of it, and one day or a week, and or maybe even a month, and you wonder what the hell is happening or what just happened. I most certainly fell into that, and I feel like at times it's been almost like a wave, or I fell into this funk, and maybe you have too. And when I was reading this book, I'm like, wow, I couldn't, like, I'm like, wow, I'm like relating to this book a lot more than I thought I was. So, anyway, and then another thing is, like, have you ever driven, experience from driving like to point A to point B, and then have no recollection of, I just got here, but I don't remember driving over here. I was physically at the wheel driving, but I don't remember. Well, um, that's your autopilot taking over. That's your subconscious mind. Isn't that crazy? And so the crazy thing is that I look at that and I'm like, wow, I've done that more than just once, you know, and and the crazy thing about your your conscious mind and your subconscious mind is what this book is gonna kind of highlight here is that that's the brain. Your brains work in two ways: your conscious mind and your subconscious mind, and together they use up a good chunk of your energy, and around 25%, according to a lot of studies. And that is put in from a bunch of clever science folks, and so and it's kind of just kind of crazy to know that the fact that our conscious mind fires 2,000 neurons right now. So logic, thinking, what's happening right now, and what we're thinking about right now. But our subconscious mind is firing 4 billion neurons right like at the same time. So you can almost imagine all the thoughts and things are going through our heads all the time, or that little guy or girl sitting on your shoulder like, what if we did, or oh, I can just push it tomorrow, or I'll just do it tomorrow. I have for sure fell into that down that road, and that's our subconscious mind taking over. And so our subconscious mind is super brilliant. It's an efficient machine, and it's one of those where it looks for patterns and similarities, and in what are you're experiencing now, and then it compares it to what we have experienced before. And so which is kind of how we fall into those habits sometimes, because we're creatures of habit or fall into our subconscious mind. And that's why we have to do a lot of training with our mind, because it's a powerful machine up there. And so it's kind of neat. A little note from the a little note from the author. So this book is designed to supplement such calming approaches with more gigglesome, action-packed, and experimental play. Sorry about that. And I believe that only way to wake up deliberately to bring a new and different experience to our lives that will provoke a heightened sense of consciousness as we engage with them. We are all unique and have different needs, beliefs, desires, and identities, so different experiences will impact us in all different ways. What works for one person might not work for another. Essentially, Wake Up is a series of experiments for you to try out and play with and see which one works for you. And throughout the week and throughout the days, it's okay to do the experiment more than once. Trial and error it, like do the experience through the whole week, and write down notes and jot down things that might be familiar or might make sense to you. Journal about it, write about it. Those are all great things. Being a fan of meditation or just being mindful or yoga or many of those things are really great to be doing and in practicing these things, especially with the breath that we just talked about. Breathing in for 5 seconds and then holding it for 6 and then breathing out for 7 is a really great sense of just grounding and getting in our core. And if you know me and all the training I do, I'm all about the core. Talk about your core, about staying in your core. And there's sometimes I've even got frustrated at myself because I've gotten out of my core and I've gotten super frustrated. So I understand how sometimes we can get out just because of how life takes us sometimes. So just take a minute, do the breathing technique, help get you back, and practice that, and then an experiment, And so a couple of little nuggets here is another thing from the author is that the experiences will help you either tune in and focus on something important, plug into one or more of these resources that are around you, and or power up your body and your mind that will help just bring more clarity, more insight, more, sense of grounding for you. And so, and the last bit of advice he says is, my last bit of advice for letting you, before I let loose on this fun and adventure way of approach these exercises, will dictate how much you get out of them. So he says, if you go at it half-hearted, you'll get out half-baked returns. If you rush into them, you'll most certainly whiz by them. If you go into them with an open heart and positively, you will get back abundance of awesomeness. And before doing any of them, just take a deep breath, either sitting or standing, straight, and with a big smile on your face, and know well that the adventure is about to begin, so strap in. So I love that. Just like taking a new approach to something and just try something different is super cool, even though it might not be right, or just try it and see what it does for you. And so as we're going through some of these experiences and as we're going through some things to think about, and you may want a pen or to write some of these things down, but something to think about is spend some time noticing how often you get out of autopilot and wake up. Like, what made that happen? See these experiences as a bit of fun that can only add a sparkle to your life. It's not a job, it's a laugh, okay? before doing any of them, take a moment to breathe deeply and put a smile on your face, and you'll get much more back. That's awesome. I love that. Feel free to adapt them so that they work for you, and make sure you fully engage into them so that way you can get the best benefit. And at the end, he says, breathe. And so breathing is really important. It's how it becomes so natural you don't even realize, you know. So yeah, so practice some of that. If you always go back to it. If you have any questions at all, just, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And if you need any support or anything like that, yeah, just leave it in the comments below. I'll be sure to add in some myself, and have an awesome time in this book and in this experiences. And let's do this and let's have fun together. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I want to do this with you. I think it'd be a fun experience because I know myself. I jump in to autopilot and I don't even realize it. So I just want to become more aware and today in this life, because especially right now with all this crazy stuff going on. So I think this will be fun. Spread around friends, family, whoever wants to jump in and join, and we can always do this together. Be kind of a cool experience. So have an awesome day, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like it, and hit that bell down below so you can see when I'm going live, or a new video that pops up. So this is just the intro to the book, The Wake Up, of living in the here and the now and snapping out of our autopilot. And so I hope you can continue to join me along this kind of cool experience and awesomeness, kind of jumping out of our autopilot. And who knows what some fun things could come out of it. So have an awesome day, awesome night, awesome weekend, wherever you're at listening to this. Just know that you are loved, and we're all here for you and supporting you. So have the best fun out of all of this, and have a wonderful day. God bless.